What's going on, everyone? So there are already murmurs going around. Now, we're not officially in the off season, so they're kind of just like people's opinions and thoughts and stuff like that rather than like actual reported news. But there's already conversation being generated about Brook Lopez to the Los Angeles Lakers. And personally, I think the Lakers should stay as far away from Brook Lopez as possible. Now, if this was like 3-4 years ago, it'd probably be seen in a very different tune. And it's not even so much his age, right? We've seen in the today's NBA, guys playing till like they're 40, like, Kevin Durant's 38, Steph and all these guys, LeBron, obviously. And look, Brook Lopez didn't have like a terrible season, but he did hit this wall at one point in the season and then actually kind of fell out of like, not the rotation, but like playing the starting level minutes, and they were going, with like Jericho Sims at times and all this other stuff. So I don't think Brook Lopez is the answer. Now, you could argue on a vet minimum off the bench, right? So like, let's say the Lakers were to go and trade for Nick Claxton. Let's just say Nick Claxton, right? They were to go trade for Nick Claxton. And then you were to bring in Brook Lopez off the bench at a vet minimum deal. Yes, sure. Like, I wouldn't hate it at that point. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh man, what are the Lakers doing? I would rather go can you get a Jericho Sims on a vet minimum deal, right? Now look, Brook Lopez can still protect the rim, make plays out of the post. He can spread the floor and shoot the three ball. So again, there are benefits to Brook Lopez. He's a veteran that has been there, done that. He's not going to collapse in moments. He could be good, to close a game down the stretch where it's like, hey, we just need a guy that can spread the floor, hit a shot, whatever, right? Make a play. Let's lean into Brook Lopez. He just turned 37, so he'll be 38 next season, going into next playoffs, right? Which, again, his skill set isn't he's never really been this like hyper athlete or anything like that, right? He's a guy that has had such longevity because he's been able to adapt and evolve his game over the course. So he is a guy that I would trust to kind of evolve his game further into being that player that the Lakers need. But I'm not against vets. Not against adding veterans. You need balance, right? The OKC series has been a great example of vets versus youth. And the vets just keep beating the youth, right? And it's because they've been there. They've done that. You need that experience, right? I'd rather have a guy that has won a championship and has been in those moments in a finals, down 0-2, and delivered and came up big, right? If you're in a game 7 and it's like, hey, need you get a stop, buddy, right? Like, I would trust a guy like a Brook Lopez in that spot to just settle in, do what he needs to do, give me the rock, and let's go to work, right? But I think what this Lakers team needs, Brook Lopez is more of like a LeBron center, right? Where he can spread the floor, score around the rim, make plays, do everything like that. LeBron likes to put his head down, get to the basket, and then have the shooters to kick out to. But Luka, he's a guy that likes to get into the teeth of the defense, create that dribble penetration, and then have that lob threat. Now, you could argue it'd be good to have both, which I definitely think that there's that argument for. And you could even argue, if you wanted to, like, just play Brook Lopez when LeBron's on the court, right? So, like, have Claxton and Luka, and then Brook Lopez and LeBron, and then there you go. Now you have that balance, right? Like, there's ways to make it work and kind of be creative in that regard. But I would just, again, I'd lean more towards, kind of that mid, like, not vet, like, not, again, 38, but like, 26 to 30 range. Like, I'd prefer a Clint Capella, personally, right? Guy that's been there, done that, has the experience as a vet, gives you what you want in a pinch, alongside Luka, excellent rebounder, all of those things, right? I would prefer to go that route. Now, Clint Capella probably costs more. Like, what is Brook Lopez's market is the question. Like, how much is he going to get paid? How much is he going to get? Like, I don't think teams are going to go and pay him $20 million again like he just got, right? I mean, there were even talks at the trade deadline for the Lakers to trade for Brook Lopez, which, to be honest, I'm glad that they didn't, because, again, he kind of hit this like wall. It was really weird. He was like really good to start the season and then just kind of hit this wall, and it like changed everything, right? But again, going over his stats, he's a guy that gives you the size you're looking for, right? He's 7'1", 280, right? So he's big, physical, can bang with the big boys. He's not shy about that. I mean, he came in the league as a post-up, back to the basket type center and kind of evolved into a three-point shooter. But he is a guy, too, that I guess the biggest argument for why you should bring in a guy like him is he plays 80 games a year, right? Like that would probably, like, the best ability is availability type thing, and he is still good enough to where he can give you some impact on the basketball court, right? So you look at the last 3 seasons, he played 80 games, 79 games, 78 games, right? Then he had that one stint where he played 13 games with the injuries, but before that, it was 70 games, 68 games, 81 games, 74 games, 75 games, 73, 77, or 72 games. Like, this is a guy that has multiple seasons of playing every year. And even in his later years, again, from 34 to 36, he's averaging 80 games a season. Like, that's good, right? That's what you want to see. But this past season, 80 games, he shot 50.9% from the field on 9.7 attempts. He shot 37.3% from three-point range on 4.7 attempts, so it gives you that floor spacing. From 2-point range, he shot 63.6% on 5 attempts, EFG of 60%, which is really good, right? Free throw percentage, 82.6% on 1.7 attempts. He is a career 80% free throw shooter, which has, again, always been a benefit of his. Rebounding, 5 rebounds per game. He's never been a great rebounder. That's been his biggest issue, right? His biggest knock. His best rebounding year was actually his rookie season, in which he averaged, his second season, in which he averaged 8.6. His rookie season, he averaged 8.1. So he had 8.1, 8.6, and then every year after that, he averaged around 6 to 7 rebounds per game. He's a career 6.1 rebound a game guy. So not a guy that you can really count on as far as like rebounding goes. But that was fine because you had Giannis who could go get you 20 rebounds a night, right? But the Lakers, they don't have that. So it's like you kind of need that, right? In a backup role, it's not as crucial, right? In a backup role, you're not as reliant on that, but still, right? As far as assists go, 1.8 assists, a steal, 2 blocks per game, and 13 points. So he's still a 13-5, 2, 1, and 2 guy, right? Which, again, isn't bad. Like, I wouldn't hate it. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh, what are the Lakers doing? It's just, again, it's not my preferred scenario, right? Like, I would rather kind of go the younger route. My concern is you saw that wall that he hit, right? Like, he was really good in the regular season, or in the beginning of this regular season. And then, like, he just started to, like, taper off. And I don't know if that's play scheme. I don't know if that's just, Milwaukee just had not a great year. They were kind of all over the place, right? And then, I don't know what the circumstances are. Is it really his age? And he just, kind of, again, hit that wall. I don't really know if the Lakers are in a position to risk that. If it's a vet minimum deal and it's a backup role, fine. All right, give me a vet minimum, give me a backup, fine. Right? But if you're looking for him to give him $10 million or whatever as a starter, or even $10 million as a backup, it's where you lost me. I don't like it. But on a vet minimum deal, sure. Like, again, like, you could do worse if you have that clear cut center, right? If you have that guy where it's like, okay, this is the guy we're going to have for the next, 8 years. We'll sign, because there is an argument again to be made of like having a guy that can have different looks. You got your lob threat, hustle, defensive big, and then now you got Brook Lopez who can still protect the rim, block shots, and you could even play guys alongside each other at times, right? Like, let's say you got a Claxton, right? You can play Claxton and Brook Lopez, kind of go the Steven Adams, Şengün route, because Brook Lopez can stretch the floor as well as, score around the rim. So you could just get different looks. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Phil, what are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Kind of mixed in the middle? Either way, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.